Hey everyone, Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and in this video we're taking a look at the Morimoto XB LED headlights with the amber daytime running lights, black housings, and clear lenses, fitting 2014 to 2020 4Runners. If you're looking for a way to upgrade the look and function of your 4Runner, a new set of headlights like these XB LEDs from Morimoto are going to be an excellent choice. These in particular combine modern good looks, LED technology, and a really solid setup in a package that is going to be sure to impress. Morimoto has been one of the leaders in automotive lighting technology for a while now, and it's not hard to see why. And the XB series are really impressive. Now, it's easy to find aftermarket headlights that look just that, aftermarket. They might have a cool look and some nice features to them, but they're never going to quite have the same type of function or aesthetic that a factory headlight would. But just like other lights in the XB series, Morimoto took the time to make sure that these look and act a lot like factory headlights. And if you know your 4Runners, you probably already took note that these are styled similarly to the LED lights that you can option on these rigs from the factory. And while they're not exact replicas, they have that same type of factory aesthetic, and they look like they probably could have been factory options. Now, I know that style is subjective, but to my eye, these actually look even better than the factory options that you can get. And with the black housings and all of the LEDs here, I really think these are a knockout. They look great installed, and they do a lot to modernize the front end of your 4Runner. But beauty is more than skin deep here. These are also going to provide a significant upgrade over your factory lighting setup, especially if your rig came with factory halogens. Now, I can say this from firsthand experience that these standard halogen lights on these later 5th gen 4Runners are just, frankly, they're terrible. So these are a massive improvement. The XB series features triple Ice Cube style LED projectors. Now, those Ice Cube projectors are bi-LEDs as well, meaning that all three of them are going to function as your main and high beam. So when you switch on your high beams, they're going to flip up and cast a light further down the road. Now, these produce a wide beam pattern that is clean, powerful, and bright with a nice sharp cutoff, as you'd expect from projectors. They're really going to light up the road much more effectively, especially as compared to those factory halogen reflectors. And these are, again, completely LED. There's no incandescent or halogen bulbs here whatsoever. So not only do you get LED main beams, but you also get LED daytime running lights. In this instance, they are amber in color, and they form a sort of eyebrow shape around the outer edges of the headlight housing. And especially against those black inner housings, these things look really sinister when they first light up. It's almost like the truck is kind of scowling at you, which, if you want that more aggressive look, these are just the ticket. Now, those daytime running lights have a few other tricks up their sleeves as well. First, they're going to automatically dim down when you switch on your headlights, keeping them completely in compliance. But they're still going to be lit up when you've got your headlights on, so you still get that look. Now, they're also going to double as your turn signals, and the coolest part is that those turn signals are sequential. Now, I happen to think that sequential turn signals are always cool no matter what the application, and I find them very satisfying to watch. But if that's not really your speed, great news, you do have the option to set them to a standard full on, full off setting, and it's just a matter of undoing or plugging in a connector. Morimoto has also thoughtfully integrated both vertical and horizontal adjusters into these units to ensure that you can get them aimed properly with little fuss. And as long as the lights are aimed properly, that means that they are going to meet or exceed all DOT, SAE, and FMV SS 108 regulations, making them fully street legal. So this is going to be a much better option than just throwing some LED bulbs in your stock light housings, and these also aren't going to flicker or hyper flash since they're designed to be LEDs from the get-go, and they're designed to work with your 4Runner right out of the box. Now, as far as construction goes, well, that is another reason that these are a fan favorite. Beyond just the looks, you can see and feel how well these lights are made the moment you take them out of the box. Your lenses here are a UV-coated polycarbonate that's made to OEM standards. So what that means is that these aren't going to fade, crack, or turn yellow like some less expensive aftermarket options. They're going to last you quite some time. The PPS plastic housing is lightweight and durable and much stronger than other alternatives. The DRLs are Osram 5000K units, and the main beams are Morimoto's Korea Optic bi-LEDs. They also include die-cast aluminum heat sinks on the inside and outside to provide more than enough cooling to make sure that everything runs smoothly and correctly. And you can just tell that the fit and finish here is excellent. Plus, these come with a 5-year limited warranty. You might be paying a premium for these, but you're going to be able to see why the moment you pull them out of the box. Now, about that price, these are going to come in at around $1,600. so they are at the top end of the category when it comes to their price tag. And while there are certainly cheaper alternatives out there, they aren't going to have the same build quality or level of features. As the saying goes, you get what you pay for, and that is certainly the case here. The integration, the quality, and the features I think really speak for themselves, and if you're willing to spend the money, these are going to be a great option to upgrade your 4Runner. As far as installation goes, we're going to give these a 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty scale, and the job should take you around 2 hours to complete. Now there's no modification required. These are designed to be fully plug and play. You can get all the harnesses and plugs you needed already set and ready to go once you pull them out of the box. However, you are going to need to run one included cable to the fuse box under your hood, and you'll need to remove your front bumper in order to gain proper access to physically remove your old headlights and get these new ones bolted in. But again, it's a pretty straightforward job, just one that's going to take you a little bit of time. So with that, let's head on out to the shop and we'll walk you through it step by step.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, 10mm socket, and a clip removal tool. What's up guys? Today we're going to be doing some headlights on our 4Runner, but before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a quick video on how to remove your factory headlights, and we'll see you when you get back.
So the first thing we need to do is remove our front bumper. We have a bunch of bolts and clips holding it in. So first thing we're going to do is pop off our upper radiator cover. So to remove our radiator cover, we need to remove all of our push clips. Now these push clips are really simple. You just press in on the middle and they pop right out. So we'll do that for all of the clips. Now we're missing one right here, but you would have a clip there as well. And then with all of our clips removed, we can remove our radiator cover. Now with our radiator cover removed, we can remove the push clip on the corner of our headlight on both sides. So we'll grab a clip remover tool to pop that out, and then we'll do the same thing on the other headlight. Next we can remove this 10mm bolt at the center of our grille. So we'll grab a 10mm socket to take that out. Now on the inside of our upper grille, we have 2 push clips on each side. So we'll get in there with our clip remover tool and pop those out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next we can come down to our wheel well and remove these 3 10mm bolts. So we'll grab our 10mm socket to take these out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next we can come underneath our bumper. We have 3 bolts on the 2 outer sides of our bumper. Might be a little bit hard to see. We'll grab a 10mm socket to get these out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next we can come to the front side of our bumper. We have 2 bolts on either side. The one that has our bumper connected to it is the one we're going to be removing. We don't have to remove the bolt for the splash guard. So once again, we'll grab that 10mm socket to pull this out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Now coming back up top, we just have 2 more things to do. We need to disconnect this wire harness, and there's 2 bolts on the other side of this harness that we need to remove. So we'll press in on our tab to pop our harness out, and then we can grab our 10mm socket for the 2 bolts back here. And now we can grab our 10mm socket for our 2 bolts. So now with everything removed from the bumper that we need to take out, we can start to pull our bumper off. You're going to want to grab an extra set of hands for the other side, and then we'll pop this out from our fender, bring it forward, and then disconnect the connector on the back of either side's fog light. And now we can remove the connector for our fog lights by pressing in on the tab. And now once we have our connector removed, we can do the same thing on the other side and fully remove our bumper. Now to remove our headlights, we have 4 bolts. We have 1 under this cover, 1 here, and then 1 on the side. So we'll take our 10mm socket to get these out. Now for our last one, we can fold back here to pop this out. Next, we can remove our last bolt. So once again, with the 10mm socket. So now with all of our bolts removed, we can pull out our headlight. So we'll fold that tab back again so we can pop it off of our clips, wiggle it out, and then we can disconnect all of our connectors. Just push in on the tabs to remove all of these. And then we can do that same thing on the other side.
Alrighty guys, so one thing to note about these headlights is they do come with an optional sequential turn signal or solid turn signal option. It's very easy to switch in between the two. You're just gonna come back to your connector little area here, and you're gonna grab this green and purple wire single pin connector. And if you want them solid, you're gonna leave them plugged in like this. If you want them sequential, you just simply unplug that and leave them unplugged, and you will have the sequential function on your headlights. Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we've shown you how to remove your factory lights, we're gonna go ahead and install our new headlights. So the first thing we're gonna do is get our headlight in hand. You wanna make sure you support that. And we'll grab our body side harness with connectors and start plugging them into our new harness on our headlight side. So we'll go ahead and match up our connectors. This white one's gonna go to this gray one. And we're gonna find our triangle one here. Go ahead and plug that in. Get our gray to brown. And lastly, main connector here. Once we have those plugged in, we'll go ahead and set this in place. So now we'll go ahead and get our headlight in position here. Line all of our mounting spots up. Then we'll go ahead and reinstall our factory hardware. So we'll start with our top two screws here. So we'll go ahead and grab our 10mm socket on our ratchet again. And remember, for this one, we have to pull back this flap just a little bit. Get that lined up, and we'll go ahead and get this one in. Reinstall our flap. Remember that kind of hooks underneath there, like so. We'll get our other screw in up top here. And our inner screw here. Followed by our last lower outer screw here. Now once you have this one in, you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Alrighty guys, now once you have both your headlights installed, it's time to put our bumper back on. So we'll go ahead and line up our upper mounting points here. We're just going to slide this back in like so. Now just to hold it in place for now, we're going to go ahead and install our two upper clips right here where our headlight mounts are. Now we're going to go ahead and reach back and plug our fog lights back in. It's kind of tough to see, but it's going to go right back into the factory position. You want to do that for the other side as well. Now we'll get the sides of our bumper back secured into their spot. Go ahead and line this up. Pop that back in place just like so. You want to make sure all of your mounting points are where they should be. Slot it in between the bumper here. Now we can reinstall our 3 screws along the side of our bumper here, again using our 10mm socket on our ratchet. This bottom one is at a little bit of an angle. Then you can do the same thing for the other side. Next, we'll get our bottom mounting screws back in place along the underside of our bumper. So again, with our 10mm socket on our ratchet, we'll begin installing these. Next, we'll reach down in here and plug back in our active cruise control sensor. Make sure that's secure. And we can go ahead and reinstall this 10mm screw up top and tighten that back down with our 10mm socket on our ratchet. Then we'll go ahead and reinstall our upper shroud. So now we'll go ahead and get this back in place. Remember, this does go underneath your little trim here. And once we have it in place, we'll go ahead and reinstall all of our push clips. Remember, you want to push those back up like this before reinstalling them, so you can push them back flush to secure them. Now we are missing a few of ours. We'll go ahead and install the ones we have. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Morimoto XB LED headlights with amber DRLs, black housings, and clear lenses for your 14 to 20 4Runner. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything 4Runner, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.